In 2025, 50,000 remote workers moved to Bali. They came for paradise. Beaches, cheap rent, endless summer. But in 6 months, most of them burned out, not from working too hard, from working in paradise. This is their story. Let's start with why they came. Bali promised something most people only dream about. You could live well for $500 a month, rent a villa with a pool, eat out every meal, still have money left over. The weather was perfect, 80 degrees year-round, and there were others. Thousands of remote workers just like you. Co-working spaces on every corner, cafes with fast Wi-Fi, a community built for your lifestyle. You didn't need a work visa. Just renew your tourist visa every 60 days. You felt like freedom. You could work from a beach, or a mountain cafe, or a rice terrace. Your Instagram looked incredible. Everyone back home was jealous. This was the dream. This was what you'd worked toward. And for the first month, it was perfect. You woke up without an alarm, worked by the pool, met people at sunset. You felt productive, creative, alive. And then something shifted. It started with the visa. Every 60 days, you had to leave the country to renew a visa run. Fly to Singapore, turn around, fly back. It cost $300. 2 days of work every 2 months. You started to feel like a tourist, never quite settled. Then there was the loneliness. You were surrounded by people. Co-working spaces full of friendly faces, but everyone was just passing through. You'd meet someone, connect, make plans, and 2 weeks later, they were gone. The community you thought was stable was constantly turning over. You stopped trying to make deep connections. What was the point? Then there was the work itself. You thought working from paradise would make you more productive, but paradise is full of distractions. Your friends were at the beach. There was always a party, a new cafe to try. You'd sit down to work at 10 a.m., look up. It was 4 p.m. Nothing done, and there was no structure. No office to go to, no routine. Every day, you had to decide when to work, where to work, how long to work. That freedom you craved became exhausting. Decision fatigue set in, and the cost of living started creeping up. That $500 budget? It only worked if you lived like a local, but you weren't a local. You were working Western hours, eating Western food. Suddenly, you were spending $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 a month. The same as living back home, without the stability. And the infrastructure problems you'd ignored started to matter. Power outages during important meetings. Internet so slow you couldn't load a video call. Scooter accidents on the way to the co-working space. You started working at night to match your team's time nodes. Sleeping during the day. Never seeing sunlight. The paradise outside your window became irrelevant. And then there was the guilt. You were living in paradise. You should be happy. Your friends back home thought you had it made. So why did you feel so miserable? You stopped posting on Instagram. What was the point? The gap between the image and the reality had become unbearable. You were burned out. Not from working too much. From trying to work while everything around you screamed vacation. From having no boundaries between work and life. From being lonely in a crowd. From never quite belonging anywhere. This wasn't the dream. This was a trap. So what does this tell us about being human? That freedom without structure is not freedom at all. We think we want unlimited choice. No routine, no boundaries. But our brains are not built for that. We need structure, rhythm, predictability. We need boundaries between work and rest. And most of all, we need belonging, not proximity to other people. Actual connection, a community that stays. Relationships that deepen over time. Those digital nomads weren't failing. The system was. They were trying to build a life in a place designed for vacation, trying to find stability in transience, trying to belong in a place where everyone is passing through. The problem wasn't them. It was the mismatch between what they thought they wanted and what they actually needed. Freedom is not the absence of constraints. It's having the right ones. So before you buy that one-way ticket, ask yourself what you're really looking for. Because paradise might not be a place, it might be the people you're with. and the life you build together.